All right, now here in Nairobi, conservationists and community representatives stormed the city yet again to protest about the railway line that is due to run through the national park. The conservationists say they do not trust that the government will obey the recent suspension of the project by the Environmental Tribunal. But as Timothy Otieno now reports, experts say the SGR conflict may not be the last one.
The standard gauge railway, Kenya's biggest infrastructure development project that now faces the risk of going off the tracks. This time in the form of lobby groups, the Kenya Coalition of Wildlife Management and Friends of the Nairobi National Park, who are determined to make their voices heard in a matter that could see more than 6 kilometers of the park hived off for the construction of the railway line. For the second week running, the group presented a petition to the Ministry of Environment, pushing to have a different route for the standard gauge railway.
What example are we setting to the world? We are going to knock tourism. We're saying development, but we're saying let's damage something which is already giving us income. That's not development.
Since you have documented the issues, please, I request that you give the government an opportunity to look at the issues so that we can give you, the government can give you the appropriate responses.
Francis Pasha, a resident of Kajiado County, has made his way to the capital to add his voice to the growing opposition. Him, alongside many others from the Maa community, believe that construction inside the park will only serve to heighten the human-wildlife conflict.
Wanyama watakuwa kwa sababu hawezi pita kwa hiyo laini. Wakipita wakiona kelele ama disturbing hapo, inatoroka hawezi pita hapo.
Today it is stopping in Nairobi.
Francis's opinion shared by this man, Benson Owor Ochieng, an environmental lawyer who has spent most of his near-decade career campaigning for better policy formulation for wildlife.
That people are demonstrating this late in time about standard gauge railway is actually a very big indictment on the whole process. And clearly it falls into context with one of the key concerns that the environmentalists are raising, that we are unaware of the social and environmental impacts of the railway themselves.
The bone of contention in this latest strife, caused by a seeming lack of stakeholder involvement in an environmental impact assessment meant to be conducted on any piece of land according to Kenyan laws before a major infrastructure project. Lobby groups say that the Kenya Wildlife Service did not conduct due diligence before announcing the passage of the rail in the park, but the institution denied that claim, stating that the assessment exercise was still ongoing.
There will be a forum which will give you an extended period of time. Today,
the Maasai people gave up
today. Okay. Good.
A June 2014 task force report on wildlife security sanctioned by the Ministry of Environment indicated that, quote, development projects do not adequately address environmental issues and environmental impact assessments done are often weak and are seldom made open to the public, end quote.
As we indicated earlier, this section is very complex. We have to do a lot of tunneling. We have to do a lot of bridges.
When there are mega projects where the government seems to have strong stake, environmental impact assessment is considered as an afterthought or something, an unnecessary inconvenience.
A suspension order has since been issued for construction of the second phase by the National Environment Tribunal until the matter is heard. The Nairobi National Park has lost about a sixth of its initial 28,000 acreage, mostly to sprouting residential developments, especially around its borders. Timothy Otieno, KTN News.